Alright, here we are, guys. And if you read by the thumbnail, me and Nina are no longer dating, and this one hurts. I've been pushing this video off, but I feel like once I complete this video, I feel like I'm gonna get the clarity I need, because I've been doing a lot of things I'm not proud of. I've been trying to keep myself distracted, and now it's time to face reality. And yeah, we're no longer together, and this one hurts. Nina, her name is Sabrina, if you guys didn't know. We dated for 3 years, and this is my first real love I've ever experienced for a woman. This is my first heartbreak, and I don't know how to deal with it. I've talked to a lot of my peers, and they told me you just gotta face it and embrace it, and I've been just trying to be distracted. I've been trying to have people around me. I've been just not home. I've been just trying to avoid it. And the reason I'm making this video is because I feel like this is gonna be, how I come, I don't even know how to say it. This is my first step into accepting what is going on. Backstory about me and Sabrina. So, when I met her, I was on a boys trip to Miami, and she was on a girls trip. We met on a boat. She invited me, and before that we were on a dating app, and we matched, and we hung out that same night. It was her two friends, Lauren and another Sabrina, and it was me and my two friends, William and Carlos. And we met up with her on the boat, and we hit it off. She came back to the our Airbnb with her friends, and we hung out the whole night. We got together that night, and she thought we were gonna be like a one-night stand, and I still stayed in contact. And this was back in December, and we stayed in contact. She told me I really thought this was gonna be a one-night thing. And February came around, and it was Valentine's, so I was like, hey, you should be my Valentine's, right? And I flew out. She's from Tampa. We had our first date at Armature Works. We went to go eat at this restaurant. I remember we were on the scooters. I remember I fell that night. I busted my ass. And the crazy thing about this is that our honeymoon stage was one of the best ones I've ever had, right? I was always flying out to go see her, vice versa. So we did the long distance thing for two years, but the first year it wasn't official because it was all a fairy tale. I wasn't sure where this was going, because I live in Vegas and she lives in Tampa. I was like, this is a huge commitment. So we were just in the honeymoon stage, and then it got to the point where it was okay, what are we doing? So we talked for about a year, and then I asked her to be my girlfriend, and then this is around my birthday. And then I remember after that, that's when I told her I loved her. I remember this was in California. We've had so many memories. I remember I got this little beach house, and that was the first time I told her I loved her, and I was hesitant because I've never been in love, so this was all fairly new to me. I've had girlfriends before her, but it wasn't like this. This was a this is like legit a girlfriend. So then we're officially dating for 1 year, and then we were like, what's the next step? So I was like, move to Vegas with me. And then she was a military kid, so like she moved out, like she moved around a lot, so she was comfortable with it. Like it was scary, honestly, just because I've never lived with a girlfriend. I've never done all the things I've done with her, and I was scared. This is a huge commitment. So I was like, you know what, like I don't want to lose you. I'm in love with you. Let's see where this journey takes us. And then wait, before I get to that, I was pretty much living in Tampa with her like during COVID. She like when COVID hit, like I wasn't working, I was still getting my unemployment check. So like I was with her that year for, I want to say 4 to 6 months, just her apartment, her roommate Kaylee, and yeah, I was like, you know what, I'm enjoying this, you know, you gotta move to Vegas. And then I booked a one-way to Tampa, and I drove for like 3 days. We made our first stop in Texas, and I was super scared, like just because she also had a dog, and I was like, dude, the farthest I've driven is like 4 hours. And we made it happen. She moved in with me, and we were living at my parents' house for like a couple months, and then we found our own spot. But that drive was so hectic, like I was so terrified. Moving somebody that you've never lived with, and it's just like our situation was different because it was like long distance, so it wasn't like she could just move in with me like for the weekends. Like it was just like we're all in or we're not doing this. But like I said, like I was in love with this girl, and we made it happen. We got our first townhome. We lived there for about a year, and then we got this spot that I'm at now. And so we lived together for about 2 years. Long distance for 1 year, and when we were doing long distance, it sucked because like the time difference was 3 hours in my work schedule, and her work schedule was like so opposite that like we'd be on FaceTime like for hours and hours, and she would fall asleep on the FaceTime, and it was we went through a lot doing the whole long distance thing. I met all her friends, all her family. So I met a lot of great people in this relationship. And she moved in with me for 2 years, and I feel like it was a lot because we never got to see the adult side of living with each other. And living with somebody, at first it was easy, but then like, you know, when you have to do adult things, and it got like a little difficult, but you know, we still made it work. And you know, I will say I learned a lot from this relationship. I grew so much as a person, and I will take full responsibility because I wasn't the best boyfriend in the beginning of the relationship. When we were doing long distance, you know, I didn't take her as serious as I should, just because I didn't think it was gonna go anywhere until, you know, she popped the question like, what's gonna happen now? I'm tired of doing the long distance thing. I'm tired of doing like the FaceTime calls for hours and hours. You know, it was just like, it was time to take the next step. I also lived with my parents at the time, and it was a big step for me, and it was an even bigger step for her. But if she moved across the country from me, I was like, we have to get our own spot together. And yeah, it's officially over. And I've been trying to be mature about this because you know, I have so much love for her. Like, I had so much love for this girl. She taught me so many things about myself. Before this, I was super unemotional. She taught me how to treat a woman. She was patient with me. She did all these great features, and you know, I was the bad person in the beginning, but I slowly, day by day, started to learn how to love a woman. Just now, all I could do is just think about all the great memories we've had, all the trips we took, all the Cali trips we took. I feel like when we were like heavy in like the honeymoon stage, like it was fireworks, and then slowly, you know, arguments started happening. We started bumping heads more, and you know, I never thought it would get to the point where she was gonna leave me. It was just, I got hit with like a blind side. Like, I was like, oh dang, like this is really happening. And for those couple days, I went to like a really dark place. And you know, I talked to my mom, I talked to a lot of people around me. And another thing is too, like I cut off everybody because me and her we do everything 24/7, we do everything together. So I just felt like I didn't need to talk to people anymore just because I was so in love with her. I didn't want to do anything without her. I told her like, yo, I feel guilty when, you know, you're not around. And it really sucks because she knew everything about me. She knew everything about me. Now it's just like that person's just now gone. You know, when this first happened, like I was a mess. You know, you're losing your best friend, and that hurts because like I didn't think I would, and maybe I just got too comfortable. Maybe I just stopped showing the effort that I did when we were in the honeymoon stage. I don't know, there's just so many questions that I don't have the answer to. And by me posting this video, like I feel like this could be so much weight lifted off my shoulders. All I could do now is just think about all the great memories we had, even though like I know those memories won't ever happen again. That's the thing about a memory, like you could try to reenact it, but it's just where you were at that moment that makes it so great and such a great memory. And there were so much things that were still to be planned. We were trying to go to Tokyo for like the longest. We had so many trips that like I would have loved to go through with. It's just, I lost my best friend, and I don't want to blame myself because like I said, I wasn't the best boyfriend in the beginning relationship, but I slowly started to learn, and you know, everybody around me saw the growth, especially my mom. She's a person that like I take her word like to heart, and you know, it's just one of those things that like there's no going back from here. I'm a person that like when a chapter is closed, it's closed for a reason, and that's the part that like I'm just trying to like get past. And yeah, she was my best friend, like, and when I tell everybody like we're not together anymore, like they're like, what? Wow, like you guys were so happy. And you know, I was like, that's what I thought, but maybe I was just blind and I didn't see the person that she was becoming or the person I made her into. You know, there was times where she told me, you know, she was numb to like her feelings, she was losing herself, and I didn't take it serious. There's just so many things I could have changed, and I just didn't do anything about it because I got comfortable as a man. Like I feel like I lost my drive just because, you know, I was at peace, and I feel like that's what a man wants to have in life, is just a peace, a home. And there was many things that ran in my mind when she did leave. I was like, do I get a new place? Can I live here anymore? Like, there's just so many memories here, and now it's just like there's so many changes that have been going on in my life. But I'm gonna be positive. I just gotta think about all the positive things that I learned from this relationship, and now I know what a heartbreak feels like. So maybe in my next relationship, I'll know what that feels like, so I won't break the girl's heart just because it sucks, you know? It sucks. So now, everything I've gained from this relationship, I'm just gonna take it to my next relationship, because I grew so much with this girl. I grew so much, and like I said, I didn't know what love was before, and it's just a learning lesson. I'm gonna hang on to the memories and just take everything I learned from this relationship to my next, and hopefully now I'll know how to love a woman properly, and you know, not keep disappointing her, and you know, have more communication, have more of. She would always tell me I don't have like empathy, but now I know these heartbroken feelings, so now I know a little bit better. But you can't teach somebody what a heartbreak feels like unless they go through that heartbreak, you know? And this is something that's been eating at me, and it's because I don't know how to deal with my emotions. My dad has his emotions, and I feel like I got that from him. And now I'm just trying to like just express myself a little bit better, and just so much I learned from this relationship. It's been a lot, and you know, it said it sucks, just because I didn't think that this would happen to me, but I put that girl through a lot, and you know, she deserves better. She deserves genuine love, and you know, I just want to be mature about this, positive. Can't speak bad about her because I was in love with this person. It doesn't make sense to speak bad about somebody if you truly love somebody. She never did me wrong. I trusted her with my whole life, and she probably couldn't trust me. And I get it. I take full accountability of what my mistakes were. I'm not perfect. This is just gonna be a learning chapter in my life, and just like I said, I'm gonna take what I gained from this relationship to the next one. But Nina, if you do see this, I just want you to say that I wish you the best, and I wish we could have started this later when I was more mature. But what's done is done, and now, you know, I just hope God blesses you in every way, and you are a great woman, and I know you're gonna be a phenomenal mom. I know how great you were with kids. I know how much you enjoyed kids. I know how much you wanted a kid, and you're just a great woman, and you know, you'll find your special someone, and you know, just the same way I will. We were once in the same team, and we still are, but now we're just headed in different directions, and you know, it hurts, but you know, I want you to be happy, and I know you couldn't be happy with me anymore because of all the mistakes I made, and I have learned a lot from being with you, and I'll take it with me into my next relationship. But yeah, you're a great woman, and I have nothing bad to say about you. Man, now I'm gonna just focus on myself, and you know, just try to read some books and just journal, and just try to really like cope down with my feelings, and continue to do this YouTube thing even if it's by myself. And it's crazy because like she grew so much into her character, like doing like the whole YouTube stuff, and like I slowly saw the growth, and I was so proud. It made me so happy seeing like the last video we did in the wedding, and you know, she actually took the camera like before. It was like she learned the camera, like did that all for me, because you know, I really pushed the whole YouTube thing. And I'm sure, you know, life has a greater purpose for both of us. I'm sure that, you know, we're gonna be amazing people in the future. And you know, I hope you continue to strive with whatever you do in your life. Damn, this sucks. But once I like close a chapter, like it's just like there's no reason to go back. There's too much damage done there, and yeah, I think life is gonna continue, and this is me letting out the last bit that I needed to let out. And God has a greater purpose for both of us. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing bad I could say about this girl. She was a sweetheart. She literally lit up the room, and just so many like memories we had together. Like, you taught me so much. But with that being said, I think I got it out of me, and you know, so I wish you the best, and we had great times. I love you, Sabrina. I hope, you know, I hope you become the great woman I know you can, and I'm gonna just try to heal and just try to like do the things I like doing again alone, because like I've been trying to have friends over and just like try to like fill that void, and like I feel like I'm not doing it the right way, just because once they're gone, like I get sad again. But I must start, you know, going to church. I'm gonna start, you know, getting more in tune with God, and just continue to like, you know, continue with my career and continue with the YouTube stuff. But yeah, I think that's all I gotta say. Peace. Yeah, we'll be alright.